So today I'm at an antique store with a rather interesting twist on an antique booth style mall. I'll be taking a look through the mall, seeing what they have, and maybe even getting a feel for the town. Let's go check out the Bar X Vintage and Antique Mall in De Leon, Texas.
Of course, we knew there was rust.
Okay, so this mall just opened about a month ago. I must say, this place has come out swinging. I got there on a Thursday right as it opened, but other customers had somehow already beat me there. Deals were already being made and I seemed late to the party. Speaking of deals, this Lone Star beer tap handle was priced at $15. I meant to buy this before I left, but I didn't, so if any of you want a deal, here you go. Okay, so you'll probably find my opinion on the pricing here pretty fast. Spoiler alert, I spent over $1,000 if that says anything at all of what I think. But regardless, I just want to make a note that this video may be slightly different. I want to showcase some of the deals along with what I bought, but there is not going to be much entertainment value here as far as laughing at prices, as you may have seen in some of my other previous videos.
What are you getting?
This big giant thing that says vegetables and fruits.
Ah, okay. Sweet. And that's porcelain? Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah. What are you getting it for?
It's gonna go in the kitchen.
No, I mean, like, how much are you paying for it?
I don't know, 140.
Sweet.
This mall, in its entirety, is priced more than fair, and I think anyone that comes through here could agree. Moreover, as I say in quite literally every single one of my videos, people can ask whatever they want for whatever they have. Seriously, you can ask $1 million on anything you want if you'd like. All I'm trying to say is, if you're looking to actually shop for stuff rather than look, this mall is more than fair and I highly recommend going. This little item island, whatever you want to call it, has some pretty cool pieces. The blue street sign for $10, the Minvite, a nice mobile porcelain lease sign on the side, and a wooden direction marker for some local towns on the other side.
Head up toward the counter with it. Yep. Just sold all those. Those are all like from 1920s postal sorters.
Oh, these right here, you just sold these.
Wells dealing on.
Oh, that's cool.
Dublin.
These postal sorters had just sold. They had a bunch of local towns, including De Leon, or De Leon as he says. I'm pretty sure I've been saying it wrong throughout this entire video, but oh well, you get the point, close enough.
You can?
This one's sweet.
That's a Survivor, dude. That's a 1939 model. It's rough, but I dig it.
It's cool.
It speaks to me, you know? We get a lot of work here.
Yeah, it looks really good.
You like the colors?
Yeah, I didn't know this town was, I mean, it's small. I didn't know it was this big.
There's 2,500 people here.
2,500? Okay.
The mall just opened, but it's located in De Leon, Texas, right off of Highway 6. It's kind of cool that you get that old western small town feel from the place, but it's also so close to the highway that the mall gets an adequate amount of foot traffic. De Leon has a history of a railroad line, peanut farming, and of course Martin De Leon, the founder of the town. The Wall of Recall, located on the long side of the building, gives a good glimpse into some of the town's history along with some of the old school advertising. The right side of the wall even showcases important figures of the town, or patrons, anyone who has had an important role of the town's history.
It's a pretty cool town.
It is. How much is
I'm asking 200 for it.
200 on that one? That's pretty cool.
Color's still really good on it. And
A little
you can
bit
still
beat
tell
up,
what
but
it is.
yeah, you can tell what it is.
Slightly, but still, I mean, that's a $450.
It's a good sign.
Well, it serves its purpose. If it doesn't sell, I'm just going to put it up in my
Personal
patina
bill.
stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing with that one. If that one doesn't sell,
Which one?
the half Goodyear,
Gotcha.
right? The Texas company's a good one.
Can I make a pile somewhere?
Yeah. Put my tools away.
Can I
Tell you
just
what, Hayden, just do this.
lean it somewhere?
Lean it up against this. That's good.
Sweet. I want this one too.
Yeah, that's a neat one. I think that one's probably 80s. What do you think?
I think so too.
I definitely think this sign would be before the 2000s, but right around in the 80s does sound right. Regardless, this May advertising flange sign for $50 was a deal I could not pass up.
It's a flange too, easy to put up. And
Yep.
And it's funny as it is, somebody may not, if they're a big hyperventilator, but this could be, the older it gets, the cooler it gets. Because it's like, pay cashier's cashier.
What's a cashier?
In the corner, this other vendor had this really cool maintenance room vintage sign. I think they're asking $25 on it. I had to get it. And although I did not get anything else from this vendor, I did also check out these old vintage lease signs. Pretty cool, just didn't get them. Also spotted this General Electric TV radio service clock from afar. It was priced at $45 and I just could not pass it up. As you can see, when it is lit up, it does need one bulb replaced. Should be really easy, and it also does have a hairline crack in the face, but it displays great and I'm happy to now own it. It's also missing a seconds hand. I don't think it was supposed to come with one, but kind of weird. A few other pieces I got included this Skelly oil gas pump plate. Weirdly enough, as many gas pump plates as I have bought, I don't think I've ever seen a Skelly oil one. Kind of cool. And I also got this Mitchell County plate of some sort. It's a metal plate. I don't know, highway marker.
I'll take it.
Okay. Grab this. Grab that. Now you just hold it. It's not light, but it's not
Here, I got it.
overbearingly heavy. How cool is that thing?
I like it. The posted no hunting?
Yeah. That's, I mean, this is real, and the rice papers fell off of it.
Did it?
This is another one of those items that I meant to buy before I left. I just forgot. He was asking $50 on it, and do your own research. It's a solid deal, so make sure and get this if you are around the area.
Taking your big sign down there, your daily on sign. Might need your help getting that one though.
So right, as he mentioned, this sign does say phone number 200. You still can see it a little bit, although it does show its age. I spent $50 on it, and the really cool thing, a phone number 200 would have been from the early 1900s. A really, really, really cool local piece.
What's up with the guitar down there?
I've had that for 15 years.
I don't think I've seen it, no.
That sat in my garage for 15 years.
Really?
What, this thing needs to see the light of day. If you look at the stickers and there's signatures on it. If you look at this, there's stuff from Austin on here. You know, you can see that they were Texas. There's the ranch. He's played out in the oil patch.
Right.
This is the tap room on 6th Street in Austin. So whoever this was, back.
Oh, check that out.
Hank's done it this way. Isn't that cool? That just screams.
So we don't know who these are necessarily.
I don't have any idea.
But it's a
who
cool
it is.
piece.
I've poked around on Facebook to some local Texas artists, and they've actually texted me back and said, not mine, but super cool.
Huh.
Even cooler than that is there's inscriptions on the inside. It says, my dream is my, I used to know what it said. My dream is my something. Anyway, so it's
Right in there though. Sweet.
it's just not totally just a great decorated piece. It just screams Texas, man.
What about this piece?
That's not, that is actually a reproduction.
Is it?
So this company, and the only reason I put it in here is because I have a lot of spurs. This is a reproduction of a Crockett Bit and Spur Company sign, which was much larger.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's a company that used to make these reproduction signs in the 80s from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and those signs back in the 80s went for $400. So they used to make, but I just put that up for display.
Sweet.
To the right.
So what am I? I'm at, on this, 60, 50, and 225. All right, I'll take the 3.
You want this one?
That,
and
that.
Waco, and that, and that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a cool sign.
So right, in this little trifecta deal, first and foremost, I did get the street, town, arrow signs.
Right.
I got the Royal Cola metal sign for $225, which, by the way, this is another one that shows its age, but wow, is this one cool. And for whatever reason, we haven't got this flange off of the thing yet, so I was clarifying that I will get that.
You ever wonder why people do this?
That's not the first one I've ever had like that.
I've had a few like that too.
I don't know, and they're older than Methuselah. And I think a lot of people use the piece for something structural,
Yeah, I always see
But
people
they
using those
wanted to
walls.
save the Coca-Cola because that's what was the.
I see people using the big Sinclairs, the two-piece, for walls.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen wheelbarrows made out of Goodrich signs. I've got wood at home.
Chairs.
That has tobacco tins covering up the holes.
The next piece I got was this $40 faded Coca-Cola sign.
Hair a bit faded, but sweet.
It is, but you know, it's off of a restaurant sign, right?
Right. So is this the shelf that you're allowing?
This shelf
Has a little bit more leniency towards it, I guess.
We had so many inquiries for crafts and handmades. This girl does really well. This girl did really well, and this girl's brand new.
Sweet.
So it's kind of weird, right?
So you have 1, 2, 3,
4
4
shelves here, and then these are 4 different.
sectors.
And see how if you rent this space, you get this width, you get this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, and this shelf. So if a guy comes in, like I've got a young kid, he's about 15.
Yeah.
He's like a young Hayden. He's like into this. So he's thinking about he and his mom, since he has a lot of smalls, he's thinking about just renting one of these for $50 a month, and he can just put his stuff.
Nice, that'll be cool.
That's kind of screams me, doesn't it?
It does.
And then I've got my Spur collection here.
I love that neon up there.
Yep. And then I've got some pretty cool stuff in here. That book, look at the price I have on that book. Woo. I don't know that there's more than 2 on the whole planet. They're all microfished and they're at the Smithsonian. 1861.
How'd you price it?
Civil War stuff.
Did you find any comps on it, or did you just go
I
for
found one on Abe for $7.50 a copy. Now the back is not on the back of it, but the front is, and that is Knights of the Golden Circle. Abraham Lincoln was part of that deal. It was kind of a militia, revolutionary type political group at the time, which was very influential.
Wow,
It's an
that's cool.
1861 copy. I mean, it's an actual copy. So the more I started researching it,
Yeah.
the more excited I got because it's
a nice
you
piece.
you can see the microfiche copies, like the Smithsonian has one, the Library of Congress has one, but there's the only one I can find. Maybe you can find it, but the only one I could find was a listing on Abe with no picture.
Without a doubt, this was one of the coolest pieces in the shop. It's really hard to put a price on it just because of how rare it is, but I have no doubt he's in the ballpark of what someone would pay. I also ended up getting the Studebaker tailgate. This tailgate is likely from the 40s or 50s. So Studebaker was known in World War II, but past that they really never had a big market for their trucks. Given that, it's one of the more hard tailgates to find out of the older tailgates. And although it shows its age, I just absolutely love this piece.
It's kind of a weird piece, but it's
Sweet.
It's a Crosley, okay, Color Glow Kitchens. So from my research, right, like this is a Crosley radio, right?
Right.
This thing was working perfectly. Radio works, but this works intermittently. But anyway, this is a Crosley. So what they did during a certain period of time, they were so popular, they were like trying to get into the match it with your kitchen, and that's what,
So that's why that.
that's what
Okay.
right.
So what year would this be from then?
I'm gonna say that's 50s.
I can't find too many examples of this sign, especially in such solid condition. However, this is a rather interesting piece of Crosley history.
What do you want on this guy?
150.
150.
I did a little bit of research on my own. It appears this sign may have been a dealer sign, and Crosley seemed to do a promotion where you could blend your kitchen with new appliances all matching in a nice glowing color. Some of the colors included soft glow, peach glow, sky glow, and more.
Here's the thing about it is if you look at the field, you got a hickey there, so to speak, and you got one right here. But overall,
Solid condition.
I would say that condition, as far as field condition, is probably 90 or higher.
I went ahead and kept looking through some other dealers. These bottles were pretty cool, and even cooler is this metal B-10 bomber toy, and man was this thing heavy. I went ahead and purchased it for $25. Other dealers throughout the mall had some other cool pieces. This Wilson the Duke leather football was another deal I found at only $25, which, by the way, I did not actually buy it, so it's there if you want to get another deal. And the dealer next to him also had some pretty cool pieces.
But that's a really, really impressive riding heel. There's no
Why is this impressive? I'm not very well versed with boots.
People are into the vintage boots for decorations. All right, and you can tell certain styles, shorter tops, usually riding heels, right?
Sweet.
And look at that saddle tree. He's got his stuff covered up. He's real good about taking things. Let me take these off of here. About taking things and really making them decorator pieces.
So what did you do to this one to?
So this saddle tree, I was with him when he bought it.
Okay.
And it was just ratty, right? So he sanded it down, polished up the horn, and made it a decorator piece. He sanded it down, put some linseed oil on it, and polished the metal on it. Cool piece, right?
What's something like this go for?
He's got $95 on it. The thing about it, I don't know how much is in there.
Yeah, there's your $3 worth. Well, maybe.
Throughout these other vendors were some other pretty sweet vintage items. A nice rodeo jacket hidden in the back of this one vendor, a cool can, and another one of my favorites, this old railroad lantern. We talked a little bit about what it costs to have a booth here and what you get with it. I know most of you are here to see the actual item, so I'll keep this very short, but it's quite reasonable. No commission, and you don't have to work a day like other malls. So just to be clear, in other malls, not this one, you get charged your monthly fee as well as having to work a day or two to cover the rest. This one, you just pay your monthly fee. I must say, it seems like the vendors are pretty excited as well. Just the other day, I saw this one pop up on Facebook with a photo of their new booth in this mall. Kind of a weird coincidence that I saw it.
I like these because they got a nice cage on them and the blue neon.
I love neon. I've been too invested in neons lately.
Yeah, they're cool though.
So easy to break.
Cheaper ones are, well, I remember what you see, it's got a little whammo there.
Little whammo? Is that what you said? Yeah.
But
Is that what you called it, a whammo?
whammo. But the thing of it is, just the fact that you've got this vintage stuff like that, and it works and keeps time. Let me just see here where I'm at. Oh, God.
The museum's open. I'm about to go over there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it.
No seconds hand, right?
No second hand. It does keep time though. So what time is it so we can show that it keeps time? What time you got?
God, it's 11:35. Just gonna leave it there for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just show you that it keeps time.
I'll take this.
Okay.
And I'll buy the Crosley down here. You said 150 on that?
Yep.
Okay, take my money.
Okay, so to finish off this spending spree, I checked the time on the clock.
All right, yeah, I'll take both of those.
It was working as it should, so I added it to the list. We did a round of making sure we had everything down that I wanted, and then added it all up.
1,385.
Okay.
I must say, I'm very happy with the deals I got. After that, it was pretty much just a matter of loading it all up in the truck.
Okay, so if you do want to check out this mall, it is in De Leon, Texas, and it's right off of Highway 6. In other words, if you're close or maybe even driving by on the highway, it might be worth stopping by here as there is some pretty cool stuff. I appreciate you taking a look through the mall with me. I also do short form content. It will be on the left and right side of me for your example. Thank you for watching. Make sure and like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.